everybody. This is Carlos with the Nerd a Day podcast. I just went full Oprah mode just because I have actually some sleep now. If you see my previous video, which timing wise should be yesterday, if you're watching this one when the day it posts, it should have been yesterday. I had a crazy, super busy day, and I wanted to react to the Nintendo Switch OLED announcement and give my thoughts and like everyone like discussion piece kind of thing. I encourage you to check it out, see my reactions, because I'm super sleepy. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I had a sick child that I took care of the day before and work, and I was just super tired. I was like, I still want to do this though. So what's up, guys? If you're watching, I should have changed my shirt. I'm super tired. I literally got her down for a nap, and she's feeling better, so that's good. That's awesome. But that's not. You guys aren't here to listen about Assassin's. Well, all right, you are here to listen about Assassin's Creed, I guess. Not the other way around, where we discuss my child being sick, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so today's episode is going to be all about Assassin's Creed Infinite. I've been playing Halo since I got my Xbox. I've been playing Reach and kind of get ready for maybe appearing on like a Halo podcast in the future. Fingers crossed. What's up, Mario? How you doing, bro? So I have Halo on the mind. But right now I am. We're gonna talk about what leaked earlier, a Bloomberg report, and then got confirmed literally like 20 minutes later. I literally put my phone down because I got the notification that this leak happened. Went, got some stuff for my baby. Came back and I was like, oh, they just gonna talk about it. Okay, easy peasy. So we're going to talk about Assassin's Creed Infinity. I'm going to be reading from Ash Parrish's Kotaku article. I'll link that down below for the audio and video versions. You should check it out. She's an awesome writer. She also talked recently. She has a great article about Xbox's recent, commercial that include All for One. If you grew up in the 90s and loved R&B, All for One's awesome. I don't know if I could sing without getting copyright claim. I swear. That's all I'll do. I'm trying not to sing the rest of it because I don't want to get copyright claimed. I literally only have 61 subs. I don't want to lose everything. Well, I just got it. All right, guys, let's talk about this. Let's break this news. I'm going to be reading off the article as I mentioned here. So, Jason Schreier at Bloomberg earlier today reported that the next entry in Assassin's Creed series will be a live service game. Shortly thereafter, Ubisoft confirmed the existence of the new Assassin's Creed project, codenamed Assassin's Creed Infinity. The new project will be a collaborative effort between Ubisoft Montreal and Quebec studios. They have been kind of passing the baton, and it's mentioned in the article as well. Ubisoft, they've been passing the baton. Origins was, I believe, Montreal, and then Odyssey's Quebec, and then it went back to Montreal for Valhalla, and then instead of giving it to Quebec, they're gonna move on and just kind of do a collaborative effort. And let's just have this cool background that I set up in OBS. I found this online. This is not my image. I'm not that good. I'm pretty sure this is from Ubisoft. But, there's my boy Bayek and my girl Cassandra and Ezio. My people. That's my people. Bayek's my dude. So yeah, so they also mentioned that the code name is Assassin's Creed Infinity. Ubisoft confirmed that they're not going to be passing the baton between Montreal and Quebec. In the original Bloomberg article, there's Jason breaks it apart because you also have to kind of play for Bloomberg, and I ain't kind of running right now. There was a mention that it could be a game where it's everlasting, always vibrant, live world where it's huge and you're an assassin or whatever, going around and doing stuff a la Division, Rainbow Six, no, not Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, stuff like that. A live service game. truly Destiny and things of that nature. And there was also talk of maybe it could be something that would be like a hub for Assassin's Creed games, where it most likely won't be that way, and that's what I picked in my quote tweet from it. It was like, how cool would that be if it's like something that you go into, the Assassin's Creed Infinity hub, and it was like, all right, well, Odyssey 2 is out, you're playing as Cassandra in modern day for some reason. Spoilers, maybe no spoilers. I need some more modern day stuff, guys. Come on, Ubisoft, I need more modern day stuff. It's not gonna happen though, damn it. But yeah, maybe it's something like that. And I was like, that'd be cool. Like, I was thinking of it as like a Halo Waypoint. If you guys remember that from the 360 and I think early Xbox One days. The 360 version was better. But you could go in and like just sift through lore. Like, this is all official lore. At the time for Halo, it was like through Bungie. And then, eventually 343 Industries took over. And it was like, oh, hey, so Dr. Halsey, like, I don't have time to, like, I don't want to read the books. I don't mind a recap, like a 20-minute recap where I can read through what happened in the series. I don't have like hours to dedicate to like a book novel series, but like the Book of Reach, very important, so much so that they adapted a lot of it into a game. Reach is like a pivotal moment in the Halo lore history, and that's something that like you could read on Halo Waypoint. Shout out to that, man, it's so good. But I was like thinking, when Jason like busted that out of the article, I was like, oh, that'd be really cool. Like, the Assassin's Creed lore is like crazy and like important, and like, would you guys understand that Marion Cotillard from the Assassin's Creed movie is actually a pivotal character in a way to the modern day Assassin's Creed stuff that we've been seeing in Odyssey and Origins? No, but it's in an email that the what's her name gets. Pardon me, I don't remember the modern day protagonist, the excavator thing that works for the Templars and eventually turns. And she uses she taps into the genetic memory of like Bayek and stuff like that. But yeah, she was friends with Marion Cotillard's character from the movie, and like they talk about the death of Jeremy Irons' character in that movie. Like, I'm like, all right, well, now this is lore. Why is the Animus weird though? There's a lot of questions. That movie's boring. I'm a fan of it. I like it, but I 100% understand why people don't. I'm that nerdy of an Assassin's Creed fan that I like it that much. A shout out to my best friend Joey too. One of my best friends. He is my brother in arm when it comes to Assassin's Creed stuff, and we definitely watched that together. And we're like, yeah, it was alright. It's not a great movie, but I liked it. Anyway, continuing on. Rather than continuing to pass the baton, as I mentioned, from game to game, we profoundly believe this is an opportunity for one of Ubisoft's most beloved franchises to evolve in a more integrated and collaborative manner, Ubisoft said in the blog post. So far, there are no details on Assassin's Creed Infinity. I just play Halo Infinite so bad. In its post, Ubisoft did not confirm the details of Bloomberg's report that the game would be a live service platform akin to BioWare's soon-to-be shut down Anthem or Take-Two's Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. I said GTA 5, but we know it's the online portion. Traditionally, Assassin's Creed games have been single-player experiences taking place during distant, far-flung moments in history. The most recent game, Valhalla, took place during the Viking conquest of England in the 800s AD. And then moving on, according to Bloomberg, which spoke to Ubisoft employees on the condition of anonymity, Assassin's Creed Infinity. Man, I want to say Infinite so bad. Will comprise different but interconnected Assassin's Creed games, with Ubisoft adding more games from different settings over the life of the service. Ubisoft did not confirm these details. Instead, that's a typo. Instead, merely stating that the pandemic and working from home has driven them to embrace a more unified approach to game development, which was previously divided between the corporation studios. The announcement of the new Assassin's Creed project comes on the heels of continued problems with Ubisoft regarding multiple sexual harassment, abuse complaints against upper management. Last year, Kotaku published a report detailing multiple instances, and there's links in Ash's, by the way, article to those reports. Multiple instances of abusive employee conduct, which according to insiders, still haven't been properly addressed. Several executives have left the company in the aftermath, including Chief Creative Officer Serge Haskoe and Yanis Mallet, while internal shakeups have led to additional departures like CEO Yves Guillemot's son, Charlie Guillemot. I didn't actually know Charlie had a departure. I thought he was still with the company. So there's the next kind of, there's the next issue, right? He got to speak to Joe Medforce on Twitter a little bit because he mentioned, this is why I don't, Ubisoft products, I don't no longer, support them as a studio because of these ongoing issues, and that these harassment things have not been addressed. They have, those people are still in power, and it's really difficult to support a company that continues to do this. And it's true. And I mentioned, and I said to Joe, I was like, Joe, I didn't say Joe, hey, Joe's Twitter, I just answered under his tweet, a question. And I was like, hey, yeah, it's surprising that they still have these issues, and these people are still in power, yet we have the Ubisoft forwards and stuff like that. I'm not talking about lower level people, and not crazy lower level. I mean just people who aren't Yves Guillemot and stuff. That's fine. That's their job. They're not at fault. If they're good people, obviously. But Yves Guillemot always comes out oh, we're such a nurturing and all this thing place, and we love people and we don't support abuse and all this other stuff. But yet these people are still in power. So what is going on that nothing has been done? It's not fair. It's not hard to be a good person. It's very easy. It's also easy not to be an asshole in life. It's easy not to harass anybody, whether it be physical, mental, or sexual abuse. It's easy to be a good person, yet there's all these bad people in the world, and we keep hearing about it, which we should. We keep hidden. We have to keep talking about it because it's still a problem within multiple industries. I for a fact in my day job have knowledge of someone who has undergone that a few years back, and then he was gone for a few months, and the next thing you know, he shows back up, and I was like, wow, what happened? Why are you here? That's not fair to the people you abused. And all this stuff like that. And Joe's right. If you don't want to support him, do not support him. I haven't bought Valhalla, but that's monetary issues, and I am talking about Assassin's Creed right now, but it's literally one of my favorite series of all time. And when I was in a very dark place, it was one of the two games, Assassin's Creed 2 was one of these two games that I held on to when the world was crumbling around me in utter despair and depression and deep pit of darkness. I had Mass Effect 2 and Assassin's Creed 2, and obviously friends to be there for me, and I got out of it, eventually with therapy and opening up more. But these two games I hold in such a high regard because they are, they're just something special to me. So I've always held on to Assassin's Creed for that reason. And I love Assassin's Creed. I love alternate history. I love history in general, and I love how they tackle these things. So it's kind of hard for me to I want to talk about this, but I also want to make mention that Ubisoft is still a very toxic place to work with in a lot of departments, especially against upper management. They're still just doing these things. We have to keep talking about Yves Guillemot is accountable for his company's actions and the people under his management. Whether it be somebody, obviously I don't know anything, but what if it was somebody in Ubisoft Shanghai? That person is still you're still culpable of what they do, Ikis, and you need to be held accountable for it. I would love just to sit here and just talk about is it going to be like Destiny? Is it going to be, hopefully, you know, and let's talk about the game itself, right? Yeah, this is not what I want from Assassin's Creed. I like where we were going. Obviously, again, have not touched Valhalla. Really liked Odyssey. Loved Origins. And I like kind of where they're going with the RPG stuff. But, like, I would like to play Valhalla in the future. Again, Series X, just got it. And I don't like... I personally don't like the idea of a live service Assassin's Creed game. It's very difficult for me to find time to do these things. Again, I'm a parent of 2. I have a full-time job. I, am in school. I'm like teaching myself to move careers. And then this stuff, and I like doing this. Obviously, this is like a hobby, so I don't mind taking away time from gaming and stuff like that. But like, I have so many other more important priorities when it's time to game. I would love just to game, and I don't know, like just doing like 1 or 3 missions in Assassin's Creed is super fun for me. You'd be like, all right, that's my night. This is like a 60-hour game that's gonna take forever for me because I again, responsibilities that I love. I love being a dad and all that stuff. It's just, I like to like veg out and just play some Assassin's Creed. And this is not necessary for me. I mean, obviously, this is literally just talking about it. They haven't confirmed this is a live service game, but smoke, fire situation. And I can't say like I'm not happy at the thought of it, but I don't know where it's gonna be in the future. Like it could be something that's fine, and I'm okay to play, and and I have the time, and it's not crazy. I don't feel like burdened or anything. And actually, it's gaming. You shouldn't have to feel burdened by anything. But I don't know if I like the idea of a live service game, Assassin's Creed game. That's just not my cup of tea. And I mean, I definitely will try it out. And if it doesn't click, it doesn't click. It's fine. That's not for me. There's somebody who wants to play this, live service Assassin's Creed game. I hope it's good. I hope mechanically it's good. I hope, development wise, these abusers get the hell out of Ubisoft. I hope they get fired and just chucked on some weird island and we can just huck into space maybe. Horrible people. Throw races in there too, just FYI. Or people who just steal. Nah, I guess that's a little far. That's a little more personal what happened in my life recently. Alright. Besides that, yeah, I hope for the development staff, the people who have been abusers, get the hell out. You're not welcome here. I wish there was leadership. I wish that for the people who've been abused or people who are in lower level, they had management that they can trust and be like, hey, he's just doing something. He heard about this. He kicked this dude out. Nah. F out of here, man. But, let's see. It's a wait and see gameplay wise, at least with Assassin's Creed, and I hope it's not a wait and see to see these toxic, horrible people get kicked out of Ubisoft. That's gonna do it for me. I got like a little ranty at the end, as it should, because it's a very serious situation and no one should have to go through abuse. For the Nerd Today podcast, I love you guys.